on a little longer. It's almost the end. You're tired of losing, feel like you're never gonna win. Gotta go a little stronger and never give in, because when you're falling down, it'll help you get up again.
Okay, y'all, I'm back for points. I'm gonna do point 3 through 5. I'm at the gym right now. Excuse my look, y'all, but I'm about to go get into the gym and work out a little bit. But I didn't want to record this. I wanted to finish recording before I went inside. I'm not gonna be able to finish everything because my appointment is at 8:30. It's right now 8:11, but I'm gonna try to get in as much as I can. So, point 3: don't listen to the opinions of others. You are set apart. Don't listen to the opinion of others. You are set apart. So, in Luke, Zechariah. Okay, so, Elizabeth was pregnant with John. She had her baby. She had John. So, it was the 8th day. And on the 8th day, they circumcised the babies and they named the babies. So, it was the 8th day and it was time for them to name John. So, everybody in their family thought that that Elizabeth and Zechariah should name him Zechariah after his dad, because they were saying that no one else in the family, they wanted to name Zechariah after Zechariah. Elizabeth was like, nah, I'm naming my baby John. And it's a little toasty in here. And Elizabeth was like, no, I'm naming my baby John. And everybody in the family was like, for what? Like, nobody else in our family is named John. Like, why would you name him John? It's weird. So they all looked at Zechariah to see what his opinion was on it. And of course, Zechariah still can't talk. He's still mute. So he wrote on the tablet, his name is John. And so I say that to say, everybody will want to give you their opinions on what they think that you should do. But you need to listen to what God told you to do. God told you to do something specific because he set you apart specifically. Had Elizabeth listened to her family and listened to their opinions, and you should name him Zechariah because that's what runs in our family. Listen, boo. We're not doing what runs in this family because we are set apart. Relatives are not. We not the same. My baby not the same. God told me to do this, so that's what I'm going to do. Y'all can be named Zechariah, but my baby not. He's not like everybody else, so he couldn't be named Zechariah like everybody else. God put a special type of calling on his life. God set him apart. So it's meant for John's name to be John. It's meant for nobody else in that family's name to be John, so that they can know this right here is different. He's different. He's set apart. Period. So don't listen to the opinions of others. If God told you to do something, do just that. It doesn't matter if it's abnormal. It doesn't matter if it's not average, if it's not the regular thing to do, if it's not the normal thing to do. That's why he's telling you to do it. He's not going to tell you to do nothing average. Listen to God. Forget about what all these other people got to say, because all these other people ain't set you apart. All these other people ain't got a special calling on your life. God does. And if you don't listen to him, and if you listen to other people, you will never get to witness what he has in store for you. Point number 4. Produce fruit. Things won't be handed to you. Put in work. So listen. Oh, sorry, that was point number 5. Point number 4. You're in the wilderness for a reason. So Luke 1:80 says that John was in the wilderness until he began his public ministry to Israel. So I looked up the definition of wilderness, and I got an uncultivated, uninhabited, inhospitable region, bad lands, a neglected or abandoned area, a position of disfavor. And then I looked up the Bible study definition of wilderness, and it says a district or region suitable for pasturing sheep and cattle, a dry place, plain, a desolate place, a place of waste, unoccupied, without form. So you might find yourself in a place that's dry, it's boring, It's no fun. It's miserable. There's no sense of direction or guidance. You just feel lost. You're miserable. You hate it. You know, it's in the wilderness. You're just out here. And it may seem as though you're alone because you're isolated, or you just feel like you're just in a bad space. You're just in a bad place. But John was in that place. He was in that space until God was ready for him to come out publicly. He was in obscurity. And while you're in that dry, boring, miserable place, God, it don't feel like it. But God is molding you. He's making you. He's building you. He has you in that place that's necessary so that you're free from distractions. You're free from the opinions of other people. You don't have all that extraness. You're in the wilderness. It's dry, it's boring. You ain't got no choice but to stay and talk to him. You ain't got no choice but to listen to what he has to say to you. And you don't got no choice but to do what he's telling you to do. So it doesn't feel like it. I'm in this place of wilderness right now. I feel like, it's dry, it's boring, it's miserable for me. It feels like it. However, God is setting me up. I know it. So when you're in that place, when you're in that wilderness, God is setting you up. It feels like he ain't doing nothing. I'm telling you. It feels like he's doing nothing. But that place of wilderness is necessary. Because when John came out of the wilderness, woo child, he baptized a lot of people. Like, he put in work. He did exactly what God wanted him to do. So it's necessary, y'all. Just hang in there. Hold tight. I know. But hold tight. All right. Point number 5, which I already told y'all on accident. But point number 5 is to produce fruit. Things won't be handed to you. Put in work. All right, so John is going throughout the Jordan River. And he's calling for people to be baptized. And in Luke 2:8, he said to them, produce fruit that shows you have changed your hearts and lives. And don't even think about saying to yourself, Abraham is our father. I tell you that God is able to raise up Abraham's children from these stones. Every tree that doesn't produce good fruit will be chopped down and set into fire. Every tree that doesn't produce good fruit will be chopped down and set into the fire. You can't not put in the proper work that's going to give you or produce good fruit. That's similar to us saying, Jesus died for our sins. He died for us. I can do what I want to do. No, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, Jesus died for our sins. However, it is our job to put in the proper work to be better, to do better, to produce good fruit as he will want us to do. We can't just act like these things are just handed to us. Yes, Jesus died for us. Yes, Jesus died for our sins. However, it is our responsibility and it is up to us to make sure that we act and that we look like him and that we are out here producing good fruit like we're supposed to do. Because John said, and I repeat, every tree that doesn't produce good fruit will be chopped down and tossed into the fire. You'll be chopped down and tossed into the fire. You better produce good fruit. All right. I think I got time to do point 6. I'm holding my phone. Y'all know what I mean. I got time to do point 6. All right, let's see. Point 6 is, this is a good one. Do I have time for this one? Y'all, this is my favorite one. What time is it? I got time. Okay, I got 7 minutes. Let's see. Make sure Jesus is in your boat. Be obedient. Okay, so in Luke 5, Jesus asked Simon to use his boat so that he can go preach and teach to the people. So he asked Simon to move the boat out from the shore so that he can, see the people and project to the people. So, 1 second. Okay, so it looks like I don't have time. I just got summoned to do a job. So, I will get back to this part after the workout. So, I'll see y'all in a few.